Please enjoy this free clip of the No Spin News. To watch the full episode, you have to become a BillO'Reilly.com premium member, but it's fun. Simply visit BillO'Reilly.com to sign up and start watching today. Here are the facts on old Chris. Italian by birth, and Columbus Day is to honor Italian Americans. That's why it was put into the federal system. All right, so Chris Columbus came over to the New World 4 times, 4 different voyages, financed by Ferdinand and Isabella, of Spain. So the Italian government wouldn't finance Chris, so he went to Spain, he got the money, came across. 1492 was the big one. He landed at the island of San Salvador in the Bahamas. And that was the first discovery of the New World, except for the Vikings, who came over far north a long time ago, Eric the Red and all that, but they didn't really stay or write about it. They just were there, and there was nobody to slaughter, so they got bored and they went back. But in the Caribbean, where Columbus was, there were a lot of people. They were called Caribs, most of them. They were tribes, just like on North American soil. And the tribes, some of them were nice, and some of them were cannibals, okay? Some of them were rough boys. So Columbus had 3 ships, as you'll remember. I mean, I don't even know if they teach us anymore. The Nina, the Pinta, and the Santa Maria. He didn't have a lot of guys, a couple of hundred, but he didn't have a lot of guys. And they didn't really know what the reception was going to be. So anyway, I'm not going to get into micro on this, but I will tell you that the progressive movement wants to cancel Columbus. The coach of the San Antonio Spurs came out to say today and said honoring Columbus is like honoring Hitler, because Columbus slaughtered all the indigenous people. That is not true. But Greg Popovich doesn't really know that. And in his statement, I was going to use it, but what's the point? Popovich says, maybe I'm ignorant. I wouldn't say you're ignorant, Mr. Popovich. You're a brilliant basketball coach, but you don't know anything about history. And maybe you sing the song, don't know much about history. Maybe you kind of sing that. Now, was Columbus a good guy? No, I wouldn't say he was a good guy. He was out for gold. That's what the Queen and King wanted, gold. And then he wanted to find a passageway through to where Marco Polo ran around, the Orient. Okay, that's what he was trying to do. So he's floating around, trying to find that passageway through. He never found it. He got as far as Panama, I think on the 4th voyage. So when he went back to Spain the first time around, he took some indigenous people back with him to show the Spaniards who was living there. I would say they were probably forced to go, but he didn't take a big crew. He took some. And there is no primary reporting on any of this. So it's not like anybody was on the voyage writing all this down. That never happened. There's only one primary report on it, and that's from Columbus himself. And that primary report is in the Vatican Museum. Now, I'm going to quote from it, just to give you a flavor of what he was writing, what Columbus was himself writing. Let me find his quote here. While I'm looking for it, he visited Trinidad, South American mainland, all of that stuff. Okay, here's a quote, and this comes from the Gilder Lehrman Institute's translated version of Columbus's letter, which is now in the Vatican. Quote, as soon as I had come into the sea, I took by force some Indians from the first island in order that they might learn from us, and at the same time tell us what they knew about affairs in these regions. This succeeded admirably, for in a short time we understood them, and they understood us by gesture and signs and words, and they were of great service to us. They're coming now with me. These are the people who went back to Spain, and I've always believed that I have come from heaven, notwithstanding the long time they have been and remain with us. They were the first who told this wherever we went, one calling to another with a loud voice, come, come, you will see men from heaven. Now that doesn't sound like a guy beating the indigenous people, but maybe Columbus was lying. It's possible. Impossible he was putting a happy face on it. Now, here's what we do know, and this is fascinating. Columbus had 2 brothers on his voyages, okay? Bartolome Bartolomeo and Diego. He left them on the island of Hispaniola, which is today Haiti and the Dominican Republic. They were bad guys. Bartolomeo and Diego Columbus, bad guys. They did enslave the people on that island, and Popovich is probably referring to this, and made them grow stuff so they could get rich. But Chris never was left on the island. He was always floating around. Now, I'm not making excuses for Christopher Columbus. I'm just telling you what we know and what we don't know. So the attempt to cancel him is absurd. It's ridiculous. Now, if you want to change the name of the federal holiday to Explorers Day or Pathfinder Day, I don't care. And I think there should be a federal holiday honoring Native Americans. There absolutely should be one. And you read Killing Crazy Horse, I tell you the absolute truth about Native Americans and what happened. We don't start with Columbus, we start with the Creek Indians fighting Andrew Jackson. So I think I know what I'm talking about here, and this absurdity of Christopher Columbus has got to be banished and canceled is insane. In Philadelphia, they have a box over his statue. Show the box. This is crazy. Hey, I'm sure you've noticed that everything is getting more expensive, and with all this printing money and spending by the progressives, I'm concerned the dollar's end could be near. If the government continues this way, the dollar could freefall and lose its coveted role as the world's reserve currency. That's why there's never been a more important time to consider gold and silver to protect you and your family. And American Hartford Gold is the only company I'm happy to put my name behind. I have done business with them myself. It just takes a quick phone call, and they'll have physical gold and silver delivered right to your door or put inside your IRA. Plus, tell them Bill O'Reilly sent you, and they'll give you up to $2,500 of free silver on your first order. So please don't wait. Call 866-501-5201, 866-501-5201, or text Bill to 65532. Again, 866-501-5201, or text Bill to 65532. Bill O'Reilly here. Thank you for watching this video, and make sure you subscribe to the First TV YouTube page. Just hit the big red subscribe button below, and you'll get clips and highlights of my program, The No Spin News, every single day. We'll see you soon.